everybody, glad you joined me. Awesome day here. It is Wednesday, March 27th, and after last week we got back into a cold spell, but it's supposed to start warming up as of today, and we're going to start sitting around +3 to +5 degrees Celsius, and then at night back to about -5 degrees Celsius. And it's going to start fluctuating like that for the next couple of weeks. So I think we're over the major hump of the extreme cold weather for the year. We had a lot of melt last week for sure, and super excited about that. We just need the rest of this snow to melt away and be gone. They're calling for more snow on Friday, but if we get it, it's going to be wet. And what that'll do is any wet snow sitting on top of the ice that we have now, it'll help it melt. So I hope we kind of get it. I hope it's not a lot. Other than that, not a whole lot's been going on. All the girls went to Saskatoon last week. Our little girl Sadie had her first ever dance competitions, and they had a blast. And Sadie got a couple of gold medals. So super, super excited and proud of her. But besides all that, we have sat down yesterday. We went through all our seeds, categorized it, planned out how much of each plant that we're going to be planting, and making sure we have enough of what we need for that, all the little seed pots and stuff like that. And going to be hanging up some new grow lights, and tonight we're going to start seeding. So we're putting seeds in the soil tonight. We're about a month ahead of where we were last year, but last year, yesterday was the 1 year of my mother's passing. So last year we weren't even here, and we were gone about 2.5, 3 weeks. So by the end of April is when we started planting last year. So we're doing better this year, thankfully. I'm going to start next week in the greenhouse. The other side of the greenhouse, I got to put the wall up. I got to get a door made. And I also got to get up on the roof and put the plastic all up on the roof and finish up the sides. So that's going to be next week. We're going to get more trees. A lot of trees fell over this year. So we're going to get them pulled out of the bush, hooked up, and brought up to the house so that we can chop it up and get splitting. We got a guy to come and look at our septic issues. And what's going on is in the septic tank, there's the two sides, solid side, liquid side, and the liquids come up and drop over, and then it gets pumped out to our gray water area, and the solids stay on one side. Well, the whole center, the baffle that was in there, all fell apart, and that's why we were getting the solids dumping over and stuff like that. We were having such problems. Plus, the gray water area isn't done 100% correctly. We had it done. Everyone helped us out just to get going and be able to at least be able to use our water and have it flush somewhere. But it's got to be done properly this year, which is not a big deal. But he put a new baffle in, so the whole septic issue, I hope, is basically done for now. So a lot of the projects are going to be starting next week outside. I'm super excited to get outside, even if it is cold, but not freezing. I'm happy with that. I'm okay with doing all that as long as all this ice kind of starts disappearing. That's one of the biggest issues right now is ice. I want to get in and build a wall in the greenhouse, but there's a lot of ice right there. So the last thing I want to do is slip and fall, especially if I have tools or whatever in my hands. I don't want to get hurt. It starts. The outdoor projects are going to start next week, so you'll definitely be taking you along on those. One thing I'd like to do more for fun this year, because it's a fun project, but on our east side of the property, that connects the front of our property to the back of our property, basically the whole one east side. There used to be an old trail in there. And neighbor has told us that there used to be an old one back 25, 30 years ago. Obviously grown in, but I thought I'm going to get the drone up and get up a couple 100 feet and just take a look and see what I can find. And in the video you're going to see, I found the trail. It's just now trying to figure out how to connect it, get it into the bush, and start working on a trail so that we can connect from our east side property to the back, and then we'll be able to get all the way around our whole entire property, which would be really cool and really awesome. But because everyone's been here for so long and we're new here, I don't want to infringe on people's privacy either. So the trail I would like to keep into the bush more, where maybe if we're driving on there, we're not seeing our neighbors and interrupting them and stuff like that too. So anywhere else around the property, there is no one for quite a ways away from our property except for the one side. So that's going to be a cool little project. So I hope you enjoy the drone footage that I'm going to get.